All right, so we went ahead and had that DJ Vlad interview. Excuse me, not DJ Vlad. Speaking a little too fast. We went ahead and had that Shannon Sharpe and Marlon Wayans interview, and it was a great interview. It gave a lot of details and a lot of history and lore when it comes to Marlon Wayans. Like, for example, I knew he was there whenever Tupac passed away. Like, he was in the vicinity right around him. I didn't know it was 20 minutes that close to it. What I didn't know is he was right there, right next to Biggie whenever he passed on too. So he's giving a lot of lore and history, and that's what I like about Marlon Wayans. And here's the thing about DJ Vlad I never liked. He's a little too arrogant. He's a little too entitled to what he thinks people deserve. Like, for example, DJ Vlad, he's talking about, or he did talk about, how Marlon just asked for too much money, and he was like, "Hey, I'm much rather you to say you just didn't mess with me then." Last time I checked, it's a negotiation. You put out there what you want. He does a counter offer, and sometimes you come right in the middle. A good negotiation, nobody gets 100% of what they want. They both parties feel like they lost a little something. So instead of trying to engage and negotiate with a Marlon Wayans, he just went in here and said, "You know what, F it." Never mind not knowing that Marlon Wayans has a plethora of history around him, not just with his great family members and people who are involved in history. I mean, heck, I would think he would want to interview Marlon Wayans alone. This for his Tupac connection, because let's be real here. A lot of people started tuning in and talking to DJ Vlad when it came to the whole entire Tupac situation. And I'm sorry if I didn't sound clear earlier. I didn't have my mic closer to me, so I hope you heard me before. But just to recap, what I said was I think it was pretty silly and idiotic for DJ Vlad to ignore Marlon Wayans. Never mind, he's still been working on Netflix. He just had a show on there that stopped not too long ago. He's been actively doing something almost once a year, it seems like. So when it comes to DJ Vlad saying that, "Hey, I much rather you say you just don't mess with me," that's kind of ridiculous. Again, he's an actor. You put your offer out there. You do the counter offer. You both negotiate. And both of you feel like you lost at the beginning of the exact same time. That's the art of negotiation. Nobody goes into a negotiation and come out with 100% of what they want. It never happens. Now, with that being said, I like the fact that in the interview, he didn't talk about DJ Vlad. He just talked about his life. He talked about the Weinsteins, though, and pretty much you could make the same correlation because he used some of the exact same wording, pretty much saying like, "Hey, they didn't want to pay me what we were worth." When it came to dealing with Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein and his brother, when it comes to doing negotiations when it comes to a movie. So when you see Marlon having a very informative, knowledge-based interview, and in fact, what I would love to see is a Wayans family movie with them all still being alive. Because as soon as they start all dropping off, and in probably another 20 or 30 years, then they're going to want to make a Wayans movie to try to capitalize off of it. No, I much rather be like how Bobby Brown did when they did his story. He was alive to help put input into it to make it a lot more authentic. Because if you remember that Bobby Brown story and the New Edition story, they were, for the most part, were all still alive, involved and active into the movie. And the movie didn't paint them out to be like superheroes, kind of like Straight Outta Compton with Dr. Dre. It told a very raw story that needed to be told. So I want to see that for the Wayans. I want to see a story kind of like the Jacksons, the American Dream, how they came from poverty in New York and became Hollywood excellence. Because I always said the Wayans brothers is just a family of Hollywood royalty, comedy royalty, and they need to be respected. And we shouldn't tolerate any disrespect for somebody like DJ Vlad, that he only deals with people that need him for his few thousand he's willing to pay them. I mean, hell, for the longest time, he was messing over Lord Jamar. Because I remember, was Lil Duval pretty much exposed or told Lord Jamar that, "Hey, I get paid every single time I go to Vlad." And Jamar was looking kind of stupid. He was like, "Wait a minute, I thought me and Vlad were friends, but he was just using me to get views and not paying me." So I don't give two craps about DJ Vlad and his little feelings and anything else, because he has a history of using people if he's able to. He'll disguise his attention on a friendship and not pay you if possible, instead of doing good business. Kind of like how Marlon was saying. If you don't know your worth, you're gonna get messed over. Now, when it comes to black culture and everything else, Lord Jamar, he has it, but he didn't know his worth and the value that he was pulling over to DJ Vlad's platform. Because if it wasn't for Lord Jamar, I would never watch DJ Vlad. Because I started watching DJ Vlad mainly because Lord Jamar. And then once he left, once him and Godfrey left, because they felt disrespected, they felt our culture was disrespected, I stopped watching DJ Vlad too. I haven't watched a DJ Vlad interview in I don't know how long. Which is a shame, because one of my favorite actors that goes on there, or he went on there quite a lot, was Michael Jai White. I haven't watched a single interview that has been on there with Michael Jai White. I always skip past it. In fact, I don't even think I'm subscribed to Vlad's channel anymore. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and go over some of these comments. And oh yeah, in less than 24 hours, almost 2 million views. That's another kind of F you in a way. Like, hey, you know what? You didn't think I'd make 100,000 views? And let's speak on that for a second. Has anybody ever started to think that maybe the Breakfast Club is getting more and more disconnected from the people that it initially tried to, they grew their audience with? A lot of these TV shows, radio shows, they start getting successful and popular with black people, with that particular culture. So whenever they start getting away from that culture, getting away from the people, and they start getting more mainstream, gentrified, whitewashed, whatever you want to call it, then they start disconnecting from the people that made them successful originally, and now people are just not tuning in to watch their information platform or anything else. Charlemagne was a very entertaining person. Yes, he was very immature at times, but he always had little nuggets of wisdom within that immaturity. Now, when it comes to this is completely different. Let me go ahead and continue. You see some of the comments, people, somebody's hating everything else. And excuse me, I'll be right back. Now, I heard the comments are a lot worse when it comes to Twitter, but I didn't feel like going on Twitter because once you go on there, it's just completely, well, it's the armpit of the internet now. And it kind of gives me a good reference why is that way, considering that Diddy is a investor in Twitter, which I didn't know that before. But with all the stuff, the perversions that's on Twitter now, it makes sense. I think that's enough of the comments for now. But yeah, that's all I just want to say. I'm really impressed. I was really happy to hear about this interview. I was glad to watch it. I watched the whole entire thing. There's a lot of nuggets in there. I kind of want to go back and just do individual views and discussions on. I may do later. But yes, my takeaway from it is the Wayans family in general is very underrated. I would love to see a Wayans family movie while they're still alive, so each family member could try to input a little bit of their story in there to make it as authentic as possible, kind of like a modern day autobiography, this in video form. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you thought of the video, of the interview too, and let me know if you're still watching DJ Vlad. I'm very curious how many people are actually still watching him in the Breakfast Club on top of that, because again, the Breakfast Club disconnected from the people that made it very popular. They're too busy trying to be political correspondents and not being very informed on political issues. And on top of that, their synergy is not there anymore. And it was off before Angela Yee left. Maybe because at that time she was done, it was ready to be over with. But you gotta think about it. Charlemagne has a lot of alleged essay accusations on him. DJ Emmy has some alleged scammer things associated with him. Angela Yee, she seemed like one of the most balanced one that could kind of keep them both in check for the most part, can balance out to have a nice little stew going on between the three of them. She ended up balancing, and she has her own show where, for the most part, I only see her on the interview P stars and talk about how promiscuous she or other women are. So that's that there, and then just hilarious. Just hilarious. This doesn't fit. I know they gave the excuse of she has pregnancy brain and she's tired and all this other kind of stuff. I don't want to use that as an excuse or accept that, because I feel like that being insult to other women who are pregnant who actually still do work and do phenomenal jobs. But even with 40 and now she was pregnant, she was not good at the job. She doesn't seem like she's a good permanent fit for that particular market. More like a guest host who can make jokes and make light situations. But the girl that got on there now does an amazing job. She kind of helps bring them together from the interviews and stuff I've seen so far. But she's a mess. I hate to say it that way, but hopefully, whenever she does come back, if she chooses to come back, she'll do a better job. But yeah, anyways, I've been talking for too long. I'm done. You guys have a great day. Thank you.